right, thanks for being here. And we start by just gently connecting to our breath, that we may also connect into this interior landscape. As we move into feeling and sensing, we're moving in the direction of direct experience. And this is our aim, to experience as directly, as clearly as possible, all of these signs and signals, intuition, wisdom. And so we may even put that forth as a communication to our soma, our consciousness, our unconscious, our body, our cells, our spirit. What is here for me to interact with today? What is here for me to learn, understand? And just as a technical side note, as we continue, we move into that direct experience. We reserve interpretations for later after Shavasana. So things like interpretation, what does this mean? What do I conclude? What is this, that kind of interpretation seems to be a wedge in our direct experience. So we reserve that for later. And start to spread your breath, your sensing awareness through your entire body. From the tailbone at the base of your core. Through the crown at the top of your head. So really for these moments, just taking in the whole body. Taking in as wholly as possible the body and its myriad sensations and highlights and interest points. So it's not an either or, but it's really both and. This and this. sit bones and skull bones, heart and gut. We switch the cross of our legs, going shoelace or right over left. We'll do some alternate nostril breathing. I'm going to start with my right hand today. Okay. If you want a wedge of support, I can toss you a wedge. There you go. Those are kind of comfy. So I'm going to start with my right hand. Let's start by exhaling everything out, pressing gently out through the heels. Inhale till you feel full. Use the ring finger, close the left nostril. We'll hold for 12 count. And in this 12 count hold, it's feeling that alignment, skull over pelvis. So we're feeling both skull and pelvis. So today, this will be a practice of kind of this distribution of our awareness. It lets us take in a multitude of factors and curiosities. 12 count exhale out the right nostril. Inhale through the right till full. Hold 12. Softening belly. Twelve out left. Okay. So those two breaths constitute one round. We'll do one more round on this side, and then we'll switch our legs and do 2 more rounds. So please continue at your pace. Inhale till full, hold 12, out 12. This somewhat looser distribution of awareness allows us to practice feeling this and that. And this is different than feeling this, then that. So this isn't a linear multitask. But this is an omnipresent, omnidirectional, omnisensing this and that. It's like having a larger basket to place more experiences in simultaneously. And you may have a round or so remaining on that second side. And just take some moments to finish up. Resume your Ujjayi breath. I'm going to switch back to right over left for seated spinal twist. I'm choosing half lotus. You could choose cross-legged, but important that the knees feel good. Okay. So with right over left, we'll be twisting to our right. Inhaling, feet gently active. And exhaling. Move into the twist. That soft abdomen, being able to feel both the front of your belly and the back, the spine, front and back. Now, this style of awareness distribution, this kind of flexible, all-encompassing kind of awareness or feeling, if it's a little too loose or unstructured for you, if you feel a little too lost with it, you may gravitate toward and keep a more concentration-based connection to one area. Okay? I'm just offering this just to make sure we get a well-rounded attentional nutrient. There's lots and lots of ways to enjoy our awareness. And they each come with their own set of mechanics and phenomena. So let's release. We'll inhale back to center. We'll switch the cross of our legs. And what I hope to be able to offer with these, I really believe there's a vast spectrum of the ways that we can be embodied, the ways that we can work and live with our awareness, is that when we know how vast this spectrum is, We're empowered to remain with, a teacher or a style as we see fit. So it hopefully limits that sense of being root bound and having to style hop. Right? We're just giving ourselves a broad palette. And release. Inhale back centrally. All right, let's unwind. We're set up for dolphin prelude. We'll do a series of light tractioning moves for the spine. And we'll start off with dolphin prelude. While the elbows are under the shoulders, the knees will start back behind the hips. So we'll raise the hands 10 inches off ground. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, feeling both the left and the right. Back of the heart and the front sternum. Exhaling, shifting weight back. Just very softly and gradually, with our breath, we're casting a wider net. Our concentration style practices, the practices where we affix or we link our attention to an anchor, like an area in our body. Those are really important. Builds a kind of a stamina. It's a very digestible purpose in that. Like, my task is to stay connected. And here we're casting a little wider net. And you'll get a sense, a very honest readout of just how wide that net of feeling, sensing, may grow. And this changes day to day. Feeling the low back and the pelvis moving away from the skull bones. Feeling both the tail and the skull. And we'll rest just by shifting the weight forward, walking the knees under us. I'm going to switch to lying on back. Elbow to knee. Inhale the head and the shoulder blades off ground. Curl tailbone. Exhaling, reach the right leg straight up. Use your right palm on that right thigh. Press. And with that pressure, uplift, draw the low belly down. So as you move the bone of the leg up, belly moves down. Inhale, bend that right knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, left leg reaches, left palm press. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee. We'll continue. We'll do 5 more on each side. So please, at your pace. Again, we're using the hand to provide pressure, manually pushing or moving the bone to enhance sensing in the pelvis. Because it's a common area for us to be absent some sensitivity. You can be really And when you are through, we'll use our roll. We'll place the roll between the legs, and we'll reach the legs toward the sky. Inhale into the low belly, low back. Pause, squeeze the roll, and now exhale. Float the head and the shoulder blades up. Feels like you'd envision a leaf just starting to dry out. It starts to curl up. We're drying our breath out. We draw the belly in, reaching through those inner legs. Inhale, set the head down. Like rehydrating, breath hydrating. Hold that, squeeze the roll. Exhale, curling the tailbone. Exhale, allow the head to lift. There's this gentle spine curvature. It's kind of like a leaf drying. Feel where that energy is concentrating, where it's moving to, from, pressing up through the inner legs. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, set the head down. Hold that just for a moment. Squeeze the roll. I'm going to describe something I'm getting a sense of. Exhale as you float the head and the shoulder blades up. Feel the low belly as it moves down. It almost has extractive-like power. What can it extract directly under the heart? Under the lungs? Pull low belly down. Inhale. When you set the head down, we'll do about 5 more, and here's my sense. My sense is there may be a little partition between the low belly pulling down and the diaphragm heart area. So as you pull the belly down, just let that kind of tug, extricate. Whatever's a little coagulated beneath the heart. Get a much more specific sense of the right side, but we'll find out. Up. We're working these low belly moves. They're really powerful, almost extractive type moves. They almost have a prana astringency, where to me it's like they can work and behave as if pulling out stuff from other areas. And a common stuff place is right underneath the heart, between the heart and the solar plexus. So that's just elucidating what I'm sensing. It might resonate with you. It might be useful. Good, we'll remove the roll. That's complete, thank goodness. And let's set up elbows and knees for dolphin. So now we've got the elbows under the shoulders, the knees directly under the hips. And at your readiness, curling toes under, exhale into dolphin. So you do that by pressing the knees up. This is not a remark of any kind on any style of medicine that you choose to engage. It's not a personal remark of any kind, but from a strictly observational point of view, I find that there can be a lot of substances, even medicine substances, that, and I can be very wrong on this, can tend to have kind of a goopy, leave a goopy coagulation trail between the heart and the gut. So kind of that liver area. You might just feel how breath traverses between heart, diaphragm, gut. Right. Again, this doesn't have to be any remark on anything medical or anatomical or pharmaceutical, but we can feel our belly, we can feel how the belly is continuous or discontinuous through the liver. We can feel how that sense of liver is continuous or discontinuous through the diaphragm, through the heart, through the lung, through the you'll start to get a sense of feeling awareness coagulating in certain areas or spreading and encompassing more areas. But I do believe and I do advocate us using our deep cellular wisdom and knowing in partnership with whatever medicine path we choose. So we can use our intuition and our wisdom when we're employing food as medicine, pharmaceuticals as medicine, chemistry as medicine, etc. Go ahead, let's gently set the knees down. Now, when we press up, we'll be working downward dog at the wall. So in preparation for that, I'm just going to set my fingertips on the ground. I'm in a kneeling position or seated or kneeling position. And I'm simply going to create just a little traction, like a little wrist action here. So I just leave my finger pads tacked to the ground and lightly moving the palms away from the fingertips, connecting to breath. Letting the jaw relax, the shoulders soften away from the neck. Relaxing the bicep. all around the elbow joint. Oh, 15, 20, however many years ago, when this wrist relief, this hand opening, these wrist stretches were being offered, we can release that. You know, let's keep in mind it was being offered to a culture that was kind of implementing tools with a very, like an overgrip. I would make the case that we might be in an opposite situation here with our technology, as we actually don't really have a lot of strong grip if we're a very technology-based day. So it was part of our movement nutrients. We just might consider, where do I get an opportunity to really grip something with a rah? You know, when do I carry around a bag full of sledgehammers? When am I hanging off of my body weight off of a tree branch? Right? So let's set up downward dog at the wall. So at the heels, skimming the baseboard, soft neck, inhale, wrapping the shoulders, step 1 foot up hip height. Exhale, step the other foot up hip height. Now, if this feels stable to you, we'll be reaching 1 leg away. Now, if you reach 1 leg away, also lifting the tailbone toward the sky, away from the head. Use your inner legs. Feel that breath distribution all through your torso. So in that both hand, I feel my back and I can feel my rib cage. I can feel my left leg and my right leg. I can feel my legs and my tailbone. There you go. Now let's switch the leg configuration. So set one to the wall, bring the other away. There you go. Press, lifting right through here. How do you give that space? Oh, there you go. Try left sit bone. There you go. There you go. Oh, phew. Do you feel your breath there? Almost. And gently set foot down, feet down, knees down. All right, so now for the reprieve portion of that, shower at the wall. If we face the wall from 3 feet away, if we go hands shoulder width, we'll fold. And here's that other traction component. Sending the sit bones away from the palms. You're getting that right spacing of the feet so that you can feel that reach back. And feeling those partitions, feeling those coagulations, feeling those moments of, ooh, I'm a little blocked. That is direct experience. So direct experience rarely shows up as this kind of interpretive prose. Direct experience is somatic, it's feeling, it's the pulse, it's the body's unique language. Sometimes it's a very succinct phrase or word or reminder. Sometimes it's memories. Sometimes it's that more implicit emotionality of the body. But direct experience includes the feeling of irritability, block, coagulation, stuckness. That's part of our experience. So yes, we can feel that too. And just take a few more breaths in this shower. Letting the palms reach from the heart. There you go. Again, breathing into the back of the heart. Good. And when you need to exit, step forward, stand up. All right. So we're gonna do one more item. Because we've got the wall, yes, I invite you to get lots of cushion, running up the wall for, long lost lunges at the wall. It's been so long. I'm going to start with my right knee. So the right knee is in the corner, my right foot runs up the wall, and the sole of left foot is on the earth. Now I have this right heel beside my right hip. I'm going to use a little bit of traction here. This is entirely optional for you, but I like it. So, I'm going to establish a little shift tailbone down. Then I'm going hands on hips. Entirely optional. Inhale, using hands to press down. Lift the low back away from the thigh bones. The mid back away from the low back. And keeping that jaw, throat area open. We dedicated about a week to the throat, and the jaw, and the neck. So just keep giving that its due awareness. If you're in an intense kind of moment, you can even catch with your vision how it is you're focusing, or sometimes we get that funnel-like concentration focus with certain kinds of experiences. And do just one final move, which is twisting, bringing the right, this is my right elbow over my left thigh. So it's okay if the hips move somewhat from the wall. So when you're ready, exhale and hook elbow over thigh. And if you need additional balance, you can always just use the hand that's near the wall just to create a little extra touch point of support. And release. Inhaling, unwinding. And switch over to the other side. So we got the other knee down. For me, it's the left knee. I'm going to go with traction. So I'm placing my hands on my hips. Some people, when they start to press, they don't like the feeling in their back or their knee or something. So if it's painful, don't do it. If it's uncomfortable, get curious. The nice thing about the hands touching the hips, the elbows touching the wall, is you'll get a sense of the hips' levelness or non-levelness. Sometimes when one quadricep is really webbed together, it'll actually pull your pelvis. So you may get a pulling on one side that you don't on the other. And that twist, moving on exhale, I let my hips move from the wall if they need to, hooking elbow over thigh. Letting that breath spread through your core. You feel the abdomen and the chest. You feel the back side and the front side. And when we release, inhaling and winding, we stay near the wall. Star chakra handstand. Now we can do this one of two ways. So with less support, we would be kicking toward the wall. And again, before we get deep into it, sometimes I'll just do it in the air, bring one thigh to my chest, and then I just bring my other heel toward my butt. So that's what we're doing in the air. I'm bringing one thigh to my chest, one heel to my butt. I know it seems overly simplistic, but might be worth doing standing. Now, the spacing, I'll set up, a shin or so, 2-3 feet. Okay. Oops. And I'll go thigh to chest, and I'll go heel to butt. And I'll reach through those thigh bones. Almost trying to imagine pushing my hips away from my head with my hands. And yes, it's a two-sided pose. No, do it. Okay. It's there. And then just as if you're not kicking up for whatever reason, or for whomever needs this, I'll work half of it from downward dog at the wall. What I can do is draw one heel toward butt and press that thigh bone outward. Okay, so that's the more supported version. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good. Yes, 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 yes. And sometimes I'll even leave my toes on the wall and kind of toe push. Yes, nice. Good. Use those inner thighs as well. There they are. Keep reaching up, right thigh bone. Yes, there we go, there you go. It really reshapes your back. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Nice. Take some moments because we will do the other side. There's no rush. No, you don't have to. Let me try it with you. Do this first. So yeah, sometimes if I have like molding or something to touch on the wall, whoops, whoops, whoops. Guess I'm a little close. Like sometimes just, like I'm exaggerating, but yeah, sometimes just having that little extra, it's all about feedback, you know. There's this grappling family called the Gracies. One of them has this beautiful phrase, with every touch, a learning. Because they know how important every time your body touches externally, another person, a surface, there's learning. There's learning potential. Yeah, and something as simple as my toe pads touching the wall could give me an entirely different learning than having my toenail touch the wall. You could just play around and feel that difference. Yeah, one just offers more directional support. There you go. Good. Well, that should conclude some wall work, so thanks, wall. And we'll get our mat into a working spot. I had a friend do it. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Soften neck. Inhale, step the left foot back. Let's go lunge straight away. Knee up, heel up. We're ready for this. If you need more support, just keep your hands on the ground. Inhale, place the hands where they're most supportive. I'm going up overhead. Now pressing through those feet. Inhale the low back away from the tailbone. Heart away from the abdomen. Twisting lunge. Gently, gently set the left knee down. And on exhale, we'll hook that left elbow over the right thigh. Twisting lunge interlock. Moving on exhale, slide that left armpit down. Right hand passes behind back. Left hand passes under thigh. Letting that breath spread internally. Twisting extended lunge. So I keep my left armpit where it is. Let the hands go. Inhaling, I'm setting that left hand down on the ground. Might be your palm, it might be your fingertips. Might be your hand on a block. Exhaling, reach the right arm overhead, wrapping the shoulder. And inhaling, unwind. Now, if you need more cushion for your left knee, please add it in. Straightening right leg. I'm going to take the splits that's most apropos. So if you have some challenges or some micro tears in the leg, just keep a really engaged, conservative fold. Okay? If you feel amply warm, you can start to nudge the right heel forward. And reach back to that left big toe, that back foot. Yeah, so you're using that inner leg and that back inner leg. And feel your breath with your body, letting it spread through the pelvis, the low back, down to the genitals. Inhaling, draw that right foot back. And when we step the left foot forward, just come directly to standing. Just bypass that fold for a moment. Do 2 moves standing. 1, standing splits. Both hands grab right foot. As you exhale, press through the ball of that right foot. If your breath has become compartmentalized, there's a good chance your felt sense, your sensing capacities become momentarily compartmentalized. I want to feel my breath re-expand. I can feel my leg and my belly and my chest and my head, my hands and my feet. Okay. Now, take the left hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Standing alternate twist, I reach this right hand away from the left hand. I'm twisting to my right. So this is my right leg in the air. I just mention it because sometimes legs on the screen, you can't really tell left from right. And inhaling, and bend that right knee, set that foot down. Exhale, fold forward. So if you're at the top of your mat, we're folding forward. Here we are, ready for the other side. Lunge, inhale, step the right foot back, knee up, heel up. If you use your vision to help you know what your breath is doing, then use your vision. But you can feel how concentrated, compartmentalization rather, can expand. And if we've got that skill, then we can be kind of flexing, right, the distribution of our awareness. We can go from concentrating, anchored, latched onto one singular thing, to now a little bit broader, dancing between 2 or 3 or more things. It's a little bit softer. You'll feel it as our awareness grows and grows and grows, there's more softness and more softness and more softness. Inhaling, we'll gently set that right knee down, twisting lunge. Exhaling the right arm over the left thigh. Let the breath expand into your body. So you can feel the back and the chest. The right shoulder and the left shoulder. On exhaling, going a little deeper, twisting lunge interlock. The right armpit slides down. Left hand pass behind back. Right arm pass under thigh. Release. Right hand moves to the floor for twisting extended lunge. So I'm going to keep my right armpit there. Let that left arm unfurl, reaching it overhead. And inhaling, unwind. There's a splits or anything that's leading towards splits. I've got my right knee under cushion. I just begin by straightening the left leg. If you're in a cooler climate or you just have a blast of air conditioning going, you might just want to stick with nomads. Just straightening the leg and folding. Yeah, if you're a little warmer, I consider escorting that left foot forward more. This is very commonly where many of our attention, almost like a helium balloon, it kind of lifts up and away from the pelvis. So I'm going to just give us that reminder to help breath descend and reach in between the hip bones, down to the pelvic floor. Feeling the feet, reaching through that inner right leg and big toe. now we are moving to standing. So inhale, smoothly draw that left foot back. And we're stepping directly to standing. Both hands grab left foot standing splits. Standing alternate twist, right hand grabs outer edge left foot. Letting that breath re-expand. And inhaling, bending that left knee, set the left foot down. Exhaling, fold. And from this fold, just step directly back into downward dog. Just step both feet. Inhaling both feet back, exhaling. Send the heels toward the earth, softening through the neck. Move your thigh bones and thus your sit bones away from your brain. So our downward dog becomes a tractioning move, just like our downward dog at the wall, or rather our shower. And gently set the knees down. Do one final check-in move. I'm going to go back to shoelace. Now, here's the thing. If shoelace feels bothersome to you, just let it be Baddha Konasana. Yeah, just... But I'm going right over left, just like before. And side bend. This will be a two-pose move. Inhale the right hand down, the left arm up. Exhaling, we're side bending to our right. Twisting toward the thigh. And your next exhale, contact left arm to right thigh. Just gliding the shoulders away from the skull. Letting that bottom jaw relax so there's more glide and slide. And inhale, come back upright. Those last two moves on the other side, and then we'll be resting. We got left over right. Inhale, the right arm up. Side bend to the left. Exhale, reach. And so in the last week or so, we've also been focusing on a depth approach in the body, right? While this isn't anti-depth, this is a practice for starting to let our awareness flex and expand with the hopes of just gradually more inclusion. So it's a wonderful skill to be able to hold with a thing. And sometimes it takes some development to hold many things simultaneously. To hold the sense of breath as you're exploring the implicit tonality or emotionality of the body, as you're feeling the shoulders shift, as you're feeling the reverberations of that shifting through the jaw or the hip, as something else starts to emerge in the back, like many things at once starts to become quite a complex, multi-dimensional experience. Now twisting toward the thigh, I'm going to hook this right arm over the left thigh. And inhaling, let's walk our way out. Let's unwind. Shavasana. I find that sometimes there's a little quivery quality to this flexible, broader style of attending. Often as we're developing something, there's a quivering, a quavering in and out until it more fully stabilizes. I'm feeling the soles of the feet and the knees. Feeling the soles of the feet, the knees, and the pelvis. Feeling the feet, the pelvis, the shoulders. hands and the trunk, the heart and the head. The depth and the periphery. This is such a wonderful practice, as it seems to support our work with polarities and projections. It helps us integrate and rectify the oppositions that we hold within our very own body. For example, I'm always on time and very fastidiously attending to detail, and I'm really loose and sloppy and I'm good and I'm bad. All these wonderful opposites or polarities. They're just two sides of the same energetic coin. I'm focused and I'm erratic. Right? I'm seeking lots of attention and I'm humble. I don't want any extra attention given me. We do these dances, these polarity dances all the time. Right. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. Use your hands to press your trunk up. Let the head may be relaxed, the neck may be relaxed. Namaste.